Okay, good morning, good evening, or excuse me, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're at. I want to thank you for watching this episode of the Cali Truck Stop Theater, and this is about this is another portion uh, of my ticket that I'm fighting. Um, if you saw the other two videos, they're gonna be it's part one and part two of I was fined for running through a red light allegedly, and so this is gonna be the third installment of the saga. So I'm currently here in Hermiston, Oregon, where in November of 2019, this is where I gotten the ticket of supposedly running a red light um, at the at this in the city, which I didn't run the red light, and you can look at the previous video that shows all the detail on that. I didn't run any red light. I was within the boundaries of the law, um, and the police officer just he doesn't think so, or he just thought it was a good opportunity to try to um, take advantage of me. Now I will say that a lot of these smaller cities. I mean, a lot of the cities in general, but in most cases, these smaller cities or these little small unincorporated places are usually hotspots for passing through drivers because the police department here or in places like this, they know that if they can get the passerbys um, that are coming through here, if they can get people that are coming through here are not exactly like residents or whatever, it is essentially easy money to pick these people off and take their money from them. Now I'm not saying that this was the case, although in my opinion it does appear to be that way. But I don't have 100% proof on that. Although just if you saw things the way that if you see things the way that I see them, you would think so too. But because many of you are aware that things like this do happen, it's easy to believe that this is the case. That this police officer had had stopped me and gave me a ticket based on a window of opportunity that he felt that he could um, that he can get away with, and I'm not about to have that. So I came back here because when I came here for my court case, I lost the court case, and because I deep in my heart know that I didn't violate stopping at violate it wasn't about the red light. It was the law is that it's saying that I failed to obey a traffic sign, a traffic light, sorry. And that's completely false. I did what I needed to do within the limits of the law, or within the boundaries of the law. um, and the boundaries of the law allows me to do what I did. So, um, so yeah, all right. So to get into what I was doing here today, I went to the courthouse, the circuit courthouse that I lost my case at, and I wanted to appeal it. So they told me I had to pay $281 in order to get the paperwork processed and stuff like that. So when I went into the place, and the lady at the front desk there had greeted me, hey, what can I do for you today? Like that. I says, I need to file for an appeal on my court case. And this, I'm telling you, this is exactly what her face looked like. Ooh. I mean, it was, it was like, oh, you're not here to pay a ticket. You're here to fight. That to me sounds like they're not used to that kind of stuff. They're not used to that. And so she didn't know exactly what to do with that, except for give me a couple piece of paper to fill, well, actually a sheet of paper to fill out. And actually no, that wasn't the first thing she did. The first thing she did was that she went to the lady in the back office to to let her know what I wanted to do, because apparently it doesn't seem like something that lady at the front desk is familiar with doing or accustomed to doing. So she what was that? I gotta get rid of that damn thing. So anyways, she had to get the lady from the back office to assist her with the steps on processing the paperwork. So the lady in the back office told her that I had to sign a piece of paper, and then she gave me some other pieces of paper that that gave me some rules and stuff like that on appeals and stuff like that, which I'll go ahead and I'll read that in depth at a later time, and get a little better understanding of that. But yeah, she gave me some information on paperwork, and then she gave me a sheet of paper that I had to fill out and sign, which is actually it's actually this piece of paper here that I got copies of. So that was the paperwork that I had to fill out and pay for. But she didn't know exactly what to do with that. So so after that, I needed to know how to pay for it and things like that. Well, she had to go back in the back and find out about that, and the lady in the back office had to come out and give me some information. But apparently I couldn't pay cash there for it, so I had to go and I had to go to the Walmart. I had to go to the Walmart and get a money order. I don't have checks on me, so I had to go get a money order and convert that cash into a money order. So I go and I take that money order, come back to the courthouse, and I'm like, hey, all right, so I'm ready to play ball now. Let's get this on the road on the road. So the lady in the back had to come back out again, and they're trying to process in their minds what they need to do. So basically, what I know of right up front is that after paying the $281, they have to collect the files on my case, and they need to send that over to the higher court, which is about less than 2 miles from here. I mean, everything is like pretty much right here. So less than 2 miles from the circuit court is the or actually no, I think this is the municipal court. Yeah, this would be the municipal court, and the circuit court is the higher court, which is about a couple miles in the other direction. So the two ladies they're back and forth with each other on on the thing of they're trying to run through their heads of what all they need to do. So they getting all the paperwork and stuff like that. And but they're like, you can see in their demeanor, they're like, they're not used to somebody coming in and saying that they want to take their court case to the next level. What I've been seeing is that at least every time that I've come here, which is a couple of times now, everybody that I've seen is coming here to either pay the ticket or to go to the court and try to win their court case. And I don't know if anybody has ever, or I don't know how many people actually win their court case. I mean, seeing as how I ain't got nothing, there's no load for me to take today. I could sit in one of the courtroom, in the courtroom, and and see how some of these cases go. But I don't know. Maybe I should do that. Maybe, I don't know. I'll think about that. Maybe I should sit there and listen to some of these court cases and see see what's going on, or maybe even go and stop in at the circuit court and see what's going on there. But anyways, back to the story. So they act like that they're not used to this kind of work, so they're trying to figure out everything they need to do. After they have accepted my payment and they stamped the paperwork, the lady was trying to figure out how many copies of this piece of paper here that I needed to have, because in the Oregon state law or code, I do have to serve the city attorney with a copy of my appeal that I want to appeal. So now I don't know what the city attorney needs to do. Maybe I can see how I can. I don't know. Probably I can find out what the city attorney needs to do for the appeal process. But nonetheless, they were not very comfortable, in my opinion, on doing that, and actually quite surprised that somebody was, because like I said, they're used to getting people just outright paying the ticket, and or just going to court and hopefully winning their court case. But and I'm just gonna say this, dude. Look, I used to be one of those type of people that did the same thing, where I would just pay the ticket or whatever if I didn't win my court case. But what was that? I think that only happened to me one time, where I decided that I wasn't just gonna pay the fine, that I was actually gonna fight it, and it took just the one time for me to lose the case to put me on the road to learn how the court system works, and try to fight my court cases at any time that I do go into court. Now, it hasn't been a lot, and the last time that I actually went to court, that was probably, let's see, when was that? Yeah, that was probably around maybe 2012, 2010, 2012, somewhere in there. That was the last time that I actually went to court, aside from this one. So it wasn't too often that I would get pulled over by the police or anything. But because I am a truck driver, I've had more interactions with police officers now than that I ever have had before. Well, actually, I would say within the last 6 years or so, 6 or 7 years, I've had more interaction with the with the police than I've had at any time in my life. So I'm understanding certain aspects of the way law enforcement works, and the way the law works, and the way the court system works. But hopefully I don't have to keep doing this. I choose not to go into the court. I choose not to get stopped by the police officer, and I choose not to have tickets. I don't want to have any tickets, no citations, no convictions, no nothing. That's what I would rather not have. But if I should ever have something like that, I'm gonna fight them, and I'm gonna fight them tooth and nail. As much as I'm able to, I'm gonna fight. And so that's what I'm doing now. And I'm right now I'm in uncharted territory. Uncharted territory, meaning that I've never gone this far before. I've never had to go through an appeal process. The last few times that I have actually gone to court, I've won my court cases. So this is the first time that I have lost my court case and decided to go and do it and go into the appeal process. So you're gonna go along with the journey with me. Anyways, so I'm done with the court here. I filed my appeal at the court. They're gonna take they're gonna take my court case and apply it over to the higher court. And I went to the city attorney's office. I walked my happy butt a couple blocks down the road to the city attorney's office, and I walked up into there. And I thought I was at the wrong place at first because it looked like a house, just like a regular house. And so I guess maybe it was a house at one time, but has been converted into a law office. But nonetheless, it is the city attorney. And so I walk in there, and there's two ladies at the front desk, and they kind of smile and like, hey, how can I help you? And I walked in there with a copy of my appeal letter here, and when I said I need to have this given to the city attorney, they looked at it and saw what it was, and I got the same look from them. It was like, ooh, and I'm like, it's only just saying that I'm appealing a citation. I mean, it doesn't seem all that big, but at the same time, I'm thinking in my head, why is it that I have to get the city attorney involved in my court case? So that's also pending it's causing me to think about it, that maybe I should also get me an attorney, or at least consult an attorney and get some information about that. So, which I think I probably will do that, is just go ahead, and I think I might talk with an attorney and see about what I need to do at this point. So now anyway, so at the city attorney's office, and yeah, they're like, ooh, So the lady she immediately got up like it was something super serious, right? She got up and she rushed over into the attorney's office, and let him know, that I was out here with this paper to serve him. So he came out, and he was kind of amazed at it too, but he was trying to hide it. And but he took it, and he was like, okay. Everybody was cordial, So he was like, all right, thank you. And I walked out of his office, deuces, So I did that. So now I got all that stuff taken care of. And I know it's taking a long time for me to explain what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. That's just me. Anyways, so that's all taken care of, and that's where I'm at today. So I've already made my appeal process, and now I just gotta wait for them to contact me to let me know what when my court case is, so that I can have them so that I can be here for the court case. And essentially what's going to happen at this court case is that I am now going to get another chance to go to court and defend myself, and it's going to be as if it was my first time having this case tried. Okay, so I have to. So I'm appealing to a higher court, but I'm presenting my defense in as if I did at this lower court. However, because I've already seen what's going on in this lower court, I have to step my game up. So um, the this court here wanted a video of the light system, which I don't think that they needed me to, quite honestly, and the way that I know the way that I know the court works is that um, the accuser is supposed to have show the burden of proof that you know show the burden of proof that the accused is guilty. But I also do know that there are some places where they do change up the game a little bit, and trust me, it's nothing but a game. That's all this is. You just have to learn the rules of the game, and quite often the rules can get changed depending on the arena that you're in. So with a lot of these local courts and stuff like that, there's certain rights that you are denied that you would have accessible to you if it was a certain type of court case. In these traffic cases, they made it to where there's certain things that are not there's certain rights that you are just simply not given, which makes it so much more difficult to win your court case. And I think that's unfair. Playing these video games and these tables at one of your popular Vegas casinos. It's they try to rig it in their favor. All the while, and they're doing just enough to where most people are not gonna, raise hell about, well, you're violating my constitutional rights. I mean, most people aren't gonna say anything nowadays about their rights being violated and things like that. But it's a real thing where our rights are they're being stricken down, or they're being altered so that they have less effect or no effect at all. And most of us nowadays either don't know that it's happening, or if we do know that it's happening, we think there's nothing that we could do, or we think that we don't have the time to address it. And all that's going to do is just it's going to constantly make it's going to constantly turn our country into the very thing that our forefathers were fighting against. And as a matter of fact, a lot of things that we are doing have been reverted back to the things that our forefathers of this country had fought for. If those people that were living back then that stood up for this country and created this country the way that they wanted it to be, if they were here today, they would be, I bet you they would be super mad. They would be livid that to know that there are things that have transpired here in today's age that that are reflective of the old monarch of the United Kingdom, which this country was founded on the people that came from the United Kingdom and other parts of Europe, because they were tired of how the monarch was treating them at the time. And when these people came over here, it wasn't very soon before the king's muscle came over here and established rule and reign over here, which caused the Revolutionary War and our independence and things like that from the kingdom back in the day. So yeah, there's a lot of things that's been reverted back. That oppression has come back, and the people today, most of them um, have been, numbed to it. And there's a lot more things that's happening today, to where people are not either paying attention to it, or they're not able to address the issue, because because they got so much on their plate, or they got many more things that they'd rather do, or think that is more important. So I'm just ranting along. But anyways, I'm just saying, I want you to know this. Don't just, if you ever caught up with the police, don't just go along with what they got for you. If they're giving you a ticket, go and fight it. Even, I'm gonna say this, even if you did violate a code, or break a law or something like that, still go and fight it, because sometimes the officer or officers involved in the case may have overlooked something, or they may have added something to make a stronger case against you. They probably have done something, or testified to something, to make it seem worse than what really transpired. I don't care if you actually violated the law or whatever. Go and fight it, because even if you are found guilty, and and you did violate the law, there may be a chance. It may be a chance that maybe the person, or persons that are trying the case are probably, they might be a little overzealous in the way of punishment, or in the way of um, making the case seem a lot worse than what it is. And so go and fight it anyways. It may be that going to fight it, it may make clearer what has happened, and it may be that if you have a good justice system in your area, that they would make sure that proper justice is applied, and that's really what the court should be doing. It shouldn't be going off of individuals' opinions. It should be going off of what the law says, and it should be that they should be serving out a fair amount of justice and fairness, not just going off of what they think, because some of these places, they're going off of, like I said, an opportunity. They can make a situation seem like something that it's not, or they can make a situation seem enough of something to where it's in violation of a code or law. And when they have the window of opportunity, they're going to take it, and they're not going to care, because some of these places are ran under the spirit of greed. These people are greedy. Um, you can read some of these articles, and some of these articles that have busted some of these court systems, where they're filing people through left and right, and convicting them, and they're taking their money off of stuff that's a technicality, or something that they had no business convicting anybody, but because nobody had a strong enough argument and stood up to, or even attempted to fight it, people were just getting their money taken left and right, and the funds was going into judges' retirements, going into what they would consider like little slush funds, or things like that, or certain funds for the upkeep of the courthouse. And the courthouse hadn't had one installation or one remodel in the last 30 something years, but yet they're constantly taking this money and putting it into these so-called accounts. you know. So not only that, the money is going in, and it's going into the city. The city's making money off the people a lot of times, and nobody is saying anything about it, and nobody's fighting it hardly. So these are some of the things that you have to look at, and this is all the reason why that I'm fighting. It's because there's so much at stake. First of all, I don't have the kind of money to be given, and I'm never going to have the kind of money to be given this the cities any money. That's not that's not what I that's not what I want to be doing with my money. Not in this fashion. You know. I know that my money is going to increase, but I'm not going to allow this kind of stuff. My money is not meant to be uh, practically stolen from me, and then I get the short end of the stick where I'm going to have stuff on my record, making me look on paper like a crap bag. So no, that's not going to happen. Not easily. And actually, I'm gonna say that's not going to happen at all. So I am just that's why I'm fighting, and I encourage and urge each and every one of you that are listening to my voice that anytime that you get caught up in something like this, I don't care what it is, fight it. Your mama, fight it. So just and do what you can. Okay. Now I don't have now that this at this point in time, this 200 something dollars that I had to go pay to get this appeal process going, it's not something that I really have. I had to dig in, and I had to take money out of paychecks that I've already gotten, and actually the majority of it has been advanced to me. So I'm shortening out my paycheck so that to take care of this stuff, because this stuff is it is very important to me in the way of it endangers how I make my living, my money, and so it's very serious to me. But it should be very serious to the rest of you. And I'm going to stop talking and ranting. I don't know how many of you are actually still watching and listening, but here's the thing. And here's the thing. This is what I'm doing. I'm fighting my court case, and I will let you know when I'm gonna have my appeal case, and then I'm gonna also let you know what the results of that is, and then how will I go from there. Now, to my understanding, there are three different levels that I can go to fight my case. So if I'm not satisfied with the outcome, then I can go and appeal again, and it's going to go to a higher court, which I think I think it's going to be a federal court, which is the Supreme Court of the state. So yep, I'm gonna end this video now, and I just want to let you know that I want to thank you. I want to let you know that I do appreciate you checking this video out, and I want you to like and subscribe to my video. I need 15 likes. I want you to go to all my videos and like each one of the videos. I need at least 15 likes for my videos, and I just need 5 more new subscribers, because my goal right now is to have 25 subscribers. Right now, at the time of this recording, I have 20 subscribers right now, so I want to have 5 more. So let's do that for me. Give me 5 subscribers, at least that many. The more the merrier. But and also the same thing with the likes. I need at least 15 likes per video, but the more the merrier. And also hit the bell notification, and then on top of hitting the bell notification, click on the selection for all, so that you will get all the new videos that pop up on my stream, and you can watch them immediately. All right, so y'all have a good day, Be safe, be in good health, both physically, mentally, and financially. All right, I'll see you later.